first I want to apologize for the lighting in here. It's not the best lighting, and it really doesn't fully accentuate, my mustache per se. But I wanted to take a minute and answer a few questions that I get a lot, really out in public, about this particular style and how long I've grown my mustache and things like that. So a little history on this particular style. This is called the Dali Style, made by Salvador Dali, famous Spanish artist. And I get asked a lot of questions about how long did it take for me to grow it, how long does it take for me to style it, and I want to go over some of the different things that I use in order to maintain my mustache, the waxes that I use, and how I keep my mustache healthy. There's a lot of different information out there, and a lot of really good information. There's a lot of really good influencers out there who does specifically facial hair, but not particularly this style. There's really not that much to really cover this one, and I really feel like it's a shame, because this is I feel like it's a really underrated style to go for, because I get a lot of really good feedback on this, and if you're debating on growing a mustache, or you're trying to figure out what style works best for you, just play with it, see what you like, and go from there. So for this particular style, what I do to style it is I use mainly 2 different waxes in order to achieve this look. Of course, as you can see, whenever I talk, it moves with me, and that's because I use Sudden Death by Death Grip, and I use that here on the bottom, the base, and I put that through to right here at the corner of my mouth, and then after I get that worked in, so then that stays in place really well, and it's a fantastic wax. I don't get paid to use it. I don't get anything for this. This is just information, and just want to give a little more information about this style, because I feel like it's really slept on, and yeah, just felt like there needed to be a little bit more information on the best way to achieve this look, and what you can do to really pull it off. So after I do my Sudden Death through the base, I take Death Grip's Bone Crusher. It's their extra firm wax, and you do need heat to apply this wax. So as you can tell by my background, Peterbilt there, I'm currently in a semi, so my heating options are pretty limited. I do have a hair dryer for whenever it comes time for shower time and stuff like that, whenever I can have a little more time to actually get this exactly how I want it. So with the Bone Crusher, it's their extra firm wax, so it doesn't move as much as Death Grip's Death Grip wax. This is a extra tacky wax, and it works really well for like handlebars and things like that you want to move around and bend, where with the Bone Crusher you're not going to get that flexibility that you're going to get from with the Death Grip wax. And they're all fantastic waxes. I use them all the time. I even use the Black Magic. I get told all the time whenever I do this style, look like Waluigi. So it's pretty fun. I do get a lot of really positive feedback with this, and hopefully you can too. Other than the waxes that I use, I the beard balm that I use Honest Amish. You can pick this up at any Walmart. It's a really good balm. Death Grip offers a lot of really good balms, and I actually use the Honest Amish balm to remove the wax in my mustache. Death Grip offers some wax removal, and you just put a few drops in your mustache and you work that in, and you, no time at all, you can just get it right out. Whenever I do it with the balm, what I'll do is I'll work it in on my fingers, and then I'll work it up my mustache, and then I'll comb it through, and then put some more through, comb it out, and then just get rid of that excess wax as you go. And that seems to work out really well for me. I know there's a lot of questions on, how can you get it out of your comb, how can you get it out of your brush, a lot of different things. And to get it out of your comb, what I do is I'll actually heat it up a lot with my hair dryer, so where it's a liquid, and then I'll just go ahead and scrape that off with a towel or something, and then I'll rinse it through with some hot water and some soap to get all of it out. That way next time you use it, you're not putting residue back through your mustache and giving it a really almost like a dirty look, if that makes sense. So other than that, yeah, this is this particular mustache style I prefer over the handlebar, and that's really because of my mustache itself. It's not a very thick mustache, it's a longer mustache. And if you wanted to see some really fantastic like handlebar mustaches, I highly recommend you check out Bob Baker and his mustache, Elliot Norris. It's a fantastic mustache. Hunter Kelly, he's got a fantastic mustache, and they do a lot of handlebars, and they do it really, really well. And if you haven't checked out their content, I highly recommend it. They're all great people. They're great guys. Watching their videos, it's really inspiring. And so a little backstory on mine so far. I have been growing this mustache for a little over 7 months now, going on 8. And as you can see, it's a decent length. It's not long. It's still growing, of course. And for this particular style, because I'm going to be competing this year in the World Beard Mustache Competition for this style, and there are certain parameters that your mustache have to meet in order to qualify, and those parameters are it cannot extend past your eyebrow. So if I laid mine flat, it would be right here at the corner of my eye on both sides. I don't want it to extend above my eyebrow, and it has to be of natural color. You can use any type of wax or pomade or anything to hold it. However, you cannot alter the color of your mustache. That's really the only stipulation, and of course it has to extend out a certain distance past your upper lip, and that's 3/4 of an inch. So as you can see, mine's a little over 3/4 of an inch. And if I'm not doing this particular style, I like to do a light handlebar mustache, nothing too crazy. And if I do something like that, because this is really what I go to the most, because I think that this is just really a fantastic mustache to do. Another company that I would recommend checking out if you don't want that really heavy wax feel. that really heavy wax filling, what I recommend you use, and it's a company that I recently found. There's a ton of different options for waxes and things like that, and this company is really, really good. I would almost use them for this competition. However, the wax itself alters the color of my mustache, so I can't use it. But it is a very good company. I highly recommend them, and that is Lockhart's Authentic. It's a really great wax. So the main difference that you're going to find between Lockhart and Death Grip is, of course, Death Grip is a competition wax. Their Death Grip and their Bone Crusher, those are competition waxes. There's not a stronger hold on the market. However, those waxes have pine resin in them, so it gives them a really, really good natural hold. Where Lockhart, they have a let me check here. It is a, sorry about that. It is a shea butter. Yep, it's got shea butter in it. I'm sorry about that. I should have known that before I even said it, really. But some other things that I do in order to maintain a decent mustache is how often I wash and rinse my mustache. So, of course, with the amount of wax that I have to use in order to achieve this look, I've got a lot of it in here. And whenever it comes time for me to get the wax out, of course, I said, I use the beard balm to loosen it up and all that, but you're still going to have to wash it. And whenever it comes to soap or shampoos or anything like that, don't use a traditional bottled soap or shampoo. It's got a lot of different chemicals in there that aren't good for your facial hair. So what I recommend you use, and I use them a lot, is Death Grip. Should have known. Night Fury. It is a fantastic soap. It's so clean afterwards. So what my routine is for this is, whenever I go to style my mustache, what I'll do is I'll wash, rinse, balm. I'll let that balm sit in my mustache for about 5 minutes or so, really just to loosen it up, get it shining, making it look good. Then I'll wash that out, and keep in mind, I'll wash it twice with Death Grip's Night Fury shampoo bar. It's fantastic. It really is. And then I'll go ahead and style it. And if you use the Death Grip, what I recommend you do over the Bone Crusher is, if you use Death Grip for this particular style, firm it up. So get like a air conditioner or something in front of you to really get it to where you want it. So stiffen it up as much as you possibly can. That's comfortable to you in your face. And get that stiff and get it formed exactly how you want it, and then just let it go. And of course, the more you talk, the more your lips going to move. It's going to go places. That's okay. The best thing about Death Grip is how usable their products really are for any style, for any mustache. So if you ever want to see me style this particular look, I'll be more than happy to do that as soon as I figure out how to edit and do all of that stuff. I'm not very good whenever it comes to technology, really, or talking to a camera. I'm not big on social media, so this is really all new to me. I just felt like, of everything out there, you always see that really nice handlebar, or that really nice Hungarian, or just a natural mustache. If my mustache isn't like this right here, and I've got and I don't have anything in it, it naturally curls. So what I do is I try and keep it as straight as possible, because if I don't, these ends are going to really start curling on me, and I've got to keep that trimmed as much as possible, especially with the competition coming up, which I'm really looking forward to. I've still got a little bit of time to get it exactly how I want it, just because if you look here, the very tip is a little thinner than the rest here. And what I do in order to make this look how it does is, what I'll do is I'll pinch and roll. So what I'll do essentially is I'll take it, I'll pinch it, and I'll roll it over itself throughout the whole thing to make it as tight as possible. Because as soon as that especially with bone crusher wax, what it's going to do is it's going to get in there and it's going to interlock, and it's going to just lock itself down. It's a fantastic wax. It's a fantastic company. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend them. Even if you don't have a mustache and you're looking for some shaving stuff, they have fantastic stuff all the way around. Same with Lockhart, the other company that I was talking about. They do more like hair care, pomades and things like that. They don't have too many selections with mustache wax that they don't have with pomade. So for Lockhart, this is their Paradox. So you'd also be able to find their Paradox pomade, and this is their anti-gravity. It's kind of fitting, honestly. This is a really good wax. Highly recommend this company as well. The support, the staff, everybody within both companies, super awesome, very helpful. They'll definitely point you in the right direction. If you ever have any questions or any concerns, reach out. They're more than willing to help you achieve exactly what you're looking for. And I hope that you found this information helpful. I know whenever I started doing my mustache up like this, there wasn't too much information on this particular style, and there's still not. So I just wanted to put that little bit of information out there. And like I said, if you ever want me to show you how I style it, I'll be more than happy to, as soon as you let me know how to edit and do all that, because I promise you I am horrible. But until then, I really appreciate your time, and hope that you can also get what you're looking for out of your mustache. Appreciate it.